Hi everyone, it's Alison Sullivan with Stamp Crazy with Alison, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, BC, which is a suburb of Vancouver. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome. I'm just going to let people pop on, and while I'm waiting for them to do that, I'm just going to make sure that I am actually broadcasting where I'm supposed to be. So let me double check. It looks like I'm live where I'm supposed to be, but I'm also going to, hi Keisha. I'm also going to make sure that I'm actually have sound. So let me see if that's working too. Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, everything's so far so good. How are you doing, Keisha? Beautiful day outside. We've gotten rid of that rain for a bit, which is nice. Okay, we'll just wait for a few more folks to pop on. Today I'm going to, hi Mo, how are ya? I'm going to be using Jingle Jingle Jingle. I always want to sing that song from Rudolph. Jingle Jingle Jingle, you hear the sleigh bells ring? Am I aging myself? I think I might be. Anyway, we're going to be using Jingle Jingle Jingle. So I'll just wait for you guys to pop on. I'm going to be making a card that my border buddy, Patsy Waggoner, designed for the PDF. For those of you who don't know, the PDF is a free tutorial that Patsy in the US and myself in Canada, we send to our customers who make any size purchase. $1 to, whatever. So you make a purchase and we send you this by email. And we include instructions for 6 cards. So you're going to get the measurements, the supply list, pictures, and then step-by-step directions. So we're going to make one of these cards that Patsy has designed. Yeah, there's been frost. You've been careful that you don't, in those early morning walks, Keisha, that you don't fall when you're walking on that ice. Alrighty, so we've got Keisha, we've got Mo, Cynthia. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? Now, Cynthia, you're from Ohio, right? Cynthia Ford? Because I have another Cynthia, and she is in New Jersey. So just trying to figure out the Ohio and the New Jersey. But welcome. Okay. We will get started in a minute. Or less than a minute, really. Okay. Oh, you're from Indiana. See, I have 3 Cynthias now. I have Cynthia from Ohio, I have Cynthia from Indianapolis, Indiana, and I have another one from New Jersey. So, my gosh. Hi, Janet. How are you today? I am wearing red. My husband said, gee, that's a nice sweater. I'm wearing red because today is Wear Red Day because where I live, we had a police officer that was killed in the line of duty, and because that member was part of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, they wear red on their surge, and so I'm wearing red today. So I'm really happy that I'm doing my live today because I can really look forward to doing some stamping and celebrating creativity and how it helps us heal sometimes. Okay, so as I said, we're doing Jingle Jingle Jingle, and I am going to do a card that Patsy designed. Now, one of the things we do is on the front page here, you can see we've got these kind of little snippets of the cards that are included in the 6. And then we also have all the products listed. And one of the products that's used in the cards is the Santa Express Memories and More cards and envelopes. And sometimes that can be confusing, like, well, what is that? Let me show you. And I move that for a sec. It's this pack that has 20. So you're going to get 10, I think it's 10 green, yep, and 10, let me just pull these out actually, that might be a little bit easier. So you're going to get 10 card fronts that look like this, and let me just, and 10 that look like this. So you got 10 that are that shaded spruce and 10 that are the real red. And you also get 10 coordinating envelopes. So there's 10 of those and 10 of these. So fun. This is a great way to make cards real quick and get them away in the mail to everybody. Hi, Linda. How are you? From Alberta. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Okay, so the cards feature this. Now, also features, of course, Jingle, Jingle, Jingle. That's the adorable stamp set. And you can see that you've got 2 jollies, 2 believes, 2 jingles. And that's because you can either leave them, like a block letter, or you can fill them in. So stamp this first and then stamp that inside. And then you've got these really cute fonts. 'Tis the season to be, Believe in the magic, Jingle all the way. And then you've got these really cute, you got a decoration, a bow, a candy cane, stars. And then this little bulb is a 2-step. So if you stamp the little string of lights, then you can stamp the different color bulbs. So it's a really sweet stamp set. Hi, Lisa. It does look like sprinkles that you put on cookies. You're quite right. Hi, Sarah. Oh my gosh, thanks you guys for coming. Now, the other product that's used in the cards this month on the free PDF is the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. Now, I've shown you guys this in the past, but I always like to kind of remind you, because this is something that gets lost, I think, when you're looking through catalogs. There are 48 12 by 12 sheets. Okay, now I have cut it down to 6 by 6 just because I want to be able to make sure you can see it for the most part. I'm just trying to spread them out at this point, but you can see that there's so many, it's hard to spread them all out. It covers off Halloween, it covers off Christmas, it covers off birthdays. Basically, the name of this is everything. Celebrate everything, and it's pretty much you can celebrate everything. So you've got the double-sided. So you've got that one side, and then when you flip it over, look at, you've got tons of the other side too. So fun. You're going to use those in your cards. Now, I offer a class by mail to Canadians, and you can order the class. It's $22, 22. That includes your postage. And I send you all the pre-cut bits. This is a host designer series paper, because you might be thinking, oh, those are so cute, but where are they? They are in the mini catalog, the July to December mini catalog. This is a free gift for hosts. So when someone spends $200 in Canada or $150 in the US, or gathers orders from friends and whatnot for that value, then you can choose this as one of your free gifts. So that's what that's all about. Now, shall we get started? I want to show you this awesome card that Patsy designed. Now, she is brilliant, and she does things that really stretch me sometimes. If I flip, this is the card we're going to use, or make card number 1. 'Tis the season, and she's got all the directions here. We've got the measurements. So if you make that order, if you live in the United States, you can get it through Stamps to Die For, Patsy Waggoner. She's Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota, or in Canada from me, obviously Stamp Crazy with Alison. We will send you this free PDF, okay? And then you cut the materials. And it's got all the measurements there. So let me grab what we need. We're starting with one of these Santa Express cards and envelopes. So I've just picked the green one, and I like the red stripe on the inside of the envelope. So rather than using that one that sort of goes with it, I'm mixing and matching here. So we've got that. That's already scored for you. Then, according to the directions, I've gone ahead and cut the designer series paper and the Poppy Parade mat that goes underneath. And I've also cut a couple of other pieces here. This is a basic white piece that we're going to stamp on, and then it's got a mat. And then this is the other basic white we're going to stamp on, and that's the mat. Okay, so let's do the tricky stuff first. I'm really challenging myself today. We're going to use a Stamparatus. See, I've even made myself a note. Remove tape, which you'll understand in a sec. Any questions, you guys? Well, before I did, as my mother would say, I'm blathering on here. But we're going to use the Stamparatus because we want a very precise stamping. So I'm going to grab out of my little stamp set here. I'm going to grab the Jolly. And I'm going to grab this one. This is the one that's got the little stars and stripes and dots and whatnot in it. And I'm going to be using my fabulous Stamparatus. Now, remember the trick. I've taken my case, I put it underneath the clear plate here, and that's what I'm going to do so that when I go to ink it up, I'm going to have a sort of a solid piece underneath so that it's easier to ink up. So let me turn it this way and make sure that we're in. There we go. Okay, so now I need my piece of paper that I'm going to stamp on, and that's this little guy here. And what I do is I don't like to put them in the corner. I kind of like to have it so that I'm in a area that is easy. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to just take a pencil. Because sometimes I forget if this shifts. I want to make sure I know where I've placed my little piece. And then, of course, the Stamparatus comes with these very heavy-duty magnets. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to layer my word where I want it on my piece. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Kind of like that. Then I'm going to close the plate, press, and that way it's going to transfer it and stick it to that upper plate. Okay, so you see that this piece is kind of small and might be moving around. So what I might do is just reinforce that. I'm going to just grab some, this is just a repositionable tape. And I think I prefer to use this rather than the magnets, because I am going to be putting that up and down, up and down, up and down a fair bit. So I think if I just do this, I'll feel more confident that that will not be shifting around. Okay, just let me do that. That should work. Just don't want my tape obviously to be where I'm stamping, because that would kind of defeat the purpose. Okay, let me move that up like that. I think that should be good. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll see in a minute. All right, so now next up, let's separate those magnets. Don't let those magnets touch because it's kind of a nightmare. Now, what I want to do is I want to stamp each one of these letters in a different color. So how am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to stamp them individually on my paper, and in between each time I'm going to clean it off and then move to the next letter. Now, what I want to do to make it easier is I want to cover up the letters. Whoops. The letters that I am not using. Okay, so I'm actually just, because I kind of made a mistake here, I'm going to just start with the O. Okay, now you can use a full size ink pad. You can use a Stampin' Write marker, not the alcohol-based, not the Stampin' Blends, the markers in color. But are you guys subscribers to Paper Pumpkin? Because if you're a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, just make sure that that hasn't shifted. Okay. You get these little spots, and you get them with every single box. So I've got Poppy Parade, I've got Garden Green, I've got Pacific Point, and then the fourth color that Patsy used was Mango. I did not have a mango, but that's okay because we sell uninked Stampin' Spots, and they come 6 in a little pack. Okay, so here's my mango, and all you do is take one of the reinkers and your little spot. Let me just show you. It's going to start off looking like this, just plain white, just plain white ink pad, or clear, or not even white. Sorry. Can you hear me now? Sorry. Oh my gosh. For those of you who are joining. Can you hear me now? Okay. Sorry. Now I'm coming through. You should be able to hear me. For those of you joining me the first time, I've been doing these for years. I've never had this happen. So I'm sorry. So just bear with me, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to reload StreamYard, which is the streaming device that I use, onto my phone, but it's not wanting to work. So it's almost like I'm wondering if my Wi-Fi's died. So what we're going to do is I'm going to reboot my phone. And while we're doing that, we'll just talk. So sorry, you guys. So I'm glad you can hear me and you can see me, but you can't see my work surface, right? Because I'm reloading my phone. So just give me a sec. It won't take very long. But what I was about to tell you before we froze, I don't even know where we left off. I was talking about re-inking, right? And uninked stamp pads. So hopefully you saw that. And then you can just use your regular re-inkers here. Okay. So somebody's going to have to type in where we left off. Where did we freeze? When did it all go wrong? And I'm going to hope against all hope that my phone can be fixed. I've never had that. How odd. Okay, so I'm rebooting. Just have to bear with me. You know what? In the scheme of life, this is whatever, right? It's not good for my live. I think I'll have to, for the first time ever, have to edit. I've never really had to do that, but I might have to do that. All right, let's open this up again and see what's going to happen. So I think we're going to be okay. Oh, this is looking promising, you guys. Okay, so fingers crossed. And I will go mute here and I'll go here, okay? So I'm going to have to mute here because otherwise we're going to get horrible feedback. So just give me a sec. Okay, I'm going to go back over here. And I'm really sorry if I'm making you dizzy. I shouldn't be making you dizzy. And how are we doing? Are we back in business? Are we back in business, you guys? Okay, I'm going to wait for you guys to tell me. Intermission. It's like Gone with the Wind at the movie theater, right? Right, Keisha? Okay, I think we're back in business. Now, question, you guys. I don't know where I left off, so I'll hopefully not have to repeat too much. Somebody help me. Where did we leave off? I showed you how to put the stamp on, and we're talking about little mini stamping spots, right? Okay. All right. So here's where we're at. I've got the jolly on here. I have isolated the O. So we've got the J covered up, the LLY covered up, and we're going to color the O. And we're going to color the O with the mango. Okay. Thanks for sticking with me. I hope I didn't lose too many of you. Okay, so we got O. Okay, so then I lift that. Oh, shoot. See, remember my list? See this list? Remove tape. Yeah. I think it's going to be one of those days, you guys, and that's okay. Just what it is. But luckily, I have an extra piece of paper just for days like this. So let's put this in. And luckily, I hadn't gotten too far, which is why I actually reminded myself, don't forget, remove that tape. I was talking about ink spots. Okay, good, Diane. I think we're okay. So here we go. Isolated everything except that fantastic O in the word jolly. So here's what I'm going to show you. We're going to ink it up. And then we have to remove these tape, right? Because we want to stamp that without the ink that might have transferred to the tape. So we're just going to take that off. I'm going to keep that tape so I can use it. We're just going to take it off. There we go. And then back into screen here. And then we're just going to stamp that O. Now we're good to go. Okay. Yay. There's my O. Yay. Now, what I want to do is I want to clean that O off. So I'm going to take just a wipe because I find that that's the easiest. Okay, and now we want to isolate. Let's isolate the J. Okay, so now we're going to put the tape back on like so. I've got the tape on there and my J. Let's make the J Poppy Parade. Okay, let me just go this way. Make sure you're covering it. Just make sure you can see that I've got the tape on there. Ink up my J. Remove the tape. It's almost like rinse and repeat, right? So now we're going to have a J and an O. There we go. See, we got a J and an O, and they're in different colors. We've got a red J and a mango O. And then you're just going to keep going along. So we're going to cover that J and O up now, and we're going to cover up the L and the Y. Okay. Gosh, I had a couple of new folks. I hope they didn't leave. I hope you're still here and didn't give up on me. Linda and Lisa. Hope you guys are still with me. So now we've got, let's do Pacific Point. Okay. So you can see why these little spots are so handy, right? Another great reason to get paper pumpkin. Okay, so there we go. It's good when it's not good when these technical things happen, but I think it's good because, nobody's perfect. And we'll just do our best. We're just doing our best. Get through the day sometimes, right? So now we've got the L. So you can see how this is going. Isn't this fun? Okay, now I want to clean that off and clean off that tape. Now's the time you get all this all over your fingers. Where are we? We're at L. Give me an L. Okay. Now, technically, I've said to you, we should clean off these letters. But actually, technically, you don't have to do that. It's more important about just getting rid of that tape. And the reason is, of course, the color can, I'll show you why in a second. I'll show you why in action instead of trying to explain it. So we got a second L. Let's do that in Poppy. Okay, remember, remove the tape. You can see this one is a little bit finicky, but it's not hard, right? And so I wanted to pick one that was a bit more challenging just to show you that you can do it. Hi, Mary. How are you? Nice to see you. Okay, and then again, we've just got the Y. I'm almost there, you guys. I'm almost there. Hey, almost through the Y. So now we want to cover up all of this. And we've got our Y, and let's do our Y in that garden green. Okay, so go ink, 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 ink. Remove the tape. Bloop. And stamp the Y. Ah, we made it, you guys. Look at that. There we go. Now, I'm going to hold this up because I don't want to move it. But can you see all the different colors? Isn't that fun? So you could actually leave it like that. But in Patsy's example, or Patsy's card, she used the outline jolly. So let's grab the outline jolly. Here it is. And now we're going to layer this where we want our outline to be. Okay. So I am trying to line this up, you guys, with trying to lean over it, which is not the easiest thing. Okay. So this might not be a perfect match, but life's not perfect. There we go. Okay. Again, what do? We close the lid or our plate here. And then what we want to do is making sure this hasn't moved. I think that's going to still be good. Yep. We're going to, remember, we're going to put our, grab this. Remember our little trick? We're going to put this underneath to give us a sturdy surface to add the ink. This time we're going to bring in Memento ink. Okay. And we're just going to ink that up. Yeah, beautiful weather in Nova Scotia. Well, you deserve it, Mary. You deserve it. Okay. We have beautiful weather in Vancouver too. I don't quite sure. We keep hearing we're going to have all this horrible rain again, but we just try and embrace the positive weather-wise. Okay, so there we go. Isn't that cool? So let me clean that off. So let's get this guy unstuck because I only used repositionable tape just to hold it in place, right? So let's grab that. And look, there's our words. Aren't they cute? Okay. Now, I've got one more thing I want to stamp, and that is 'tis the season to be jolly. So let me grab that. Look at my poor case here. Oh, my goodness gracious. No, that's Believe in the Magic. Okay, 'tis the season. Here we go. Don't you love photopolymers so you can see where you're going? I do. Okay. One thing about a Stamparatus, if you don't have one, so many things you can do with it. Oh my goodness, it's phenomenal. Now I've got this teeny tiny piece of white, but that's not going to faze me because I am going to use my Stamparatus to hold that in place. Okay, so I want to just line that up where I want. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to close my lid, my plate, right? Oh, and that would have been nice if that had stuck there. Okay, just one sec. Having one of those days. That looks pretty good. Let's ink that up. So again, let's put your case, your stamping case. I love the fact that the stamping case is exactly the right height to give you that stability so your plate isn't being pushed down when you're inking it up. You've got flowers still blooming. Wow, you are good. We don't have that. Well, I shouldn't say we don't, Keisha. We do, I guess, don't we, if we go looking for them. Just a sec. It's a very tiny piece. And I could have stamped this pretty easily, probably, just by using a block, because of course you can see through it, right? 'Tis the season to be. Okay, so we've got all of the stamping done. Whew. Phew, and I'm not frozen. Yay! Let's put this baby together. So remember earlier we were talking, we were using those pre-made cards. Okay, we've got that beautiful paper, that free host paper, Celebrate Everything. And we're going to glue it to the Poppy Parade layer. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. And we're going to glue this down. Okay. Patsy just offset this, which is cute. And we've got, let me just look at our picture because I've made this card before. Grab our jolly and our Poppy Parade layer that we're going to make a nice little mat so that will even pop even more. Okay. Okay. Go. Yep, that looks good. And we're just going to glue that. Now, if you wanted to make this card and you thought, oh my gosh, I do not want to do all that Stamparatus stuff, that's a bit too difficult. That's okay. Just make the inside all the same color. Make them red or green. And if you don't have a Stamparatus, that's okay too. Just use your clear blocks because you'll be able to see the placement pretty easily. Now for this, I think we will pop this up, okay? And I think it's okay if we use our large. Yeah, that's gonna work. Okay. Put that there. Okay, that looks good. And I think that's all she did. Oh, she added some festive pearls above the Y and below the J. So she did. Well, let's do that because that's part of the thing. So, oh gosh, you guys, look at this is my embellishment container. Is this kind of like, does anyone else have embellishments coming out of their eyeballs like me, I love embellishments. My motto is you can't have too many embellishments. And here we go. Here's the festive pearls. These are the only ones I have left because I love them so much. All right, let's do that. I think if we do, she had a couple under here, like under the J. Make sure I'm in the line of fire here. And then she put one above the Y. So that's what she did just to finish it off. You see that? Isn't that cute? And then remember, we've got that adorable envelope. A few months ago, I made this card. I'm almost positive I made it on a live. I'm sure I did. But you see, this one's a bit easier because we've just used the same color for the insides. And then I've just added that adorable little Santa hat, which I believe, yes, look at that. It's part of this stamp. And then that's the puff paint that we used and we heated. So it just looks like Santa's fur on his hat. Okay. And then here's another card using the same components, but simpler again. We haven't even outlined this word. We've just used just olive red. And it really looks cool. These are these, look at these. Aren't they cute? These little jingle bells, the little flat jingle bells are so cute. Okay, so that's the card for today that we almost didn't get made. Okay, let's see. There's still roses in the park. Oh, cool. Hi, Ellie. How are ya? I think I lost a few people when I froze. I think I did lose a few people when I froze, so I'm really sorry. Hope they come back next time. Halloween was warm. Oh, how nice. It was. We had an atmospheric river here, Mary. An atmospheric river, which is a fancy term for it rained like heck, and it was 100 millimeters of rain. And then on Halloween, kind of in the morning, something weird happened. The rain stopped, and the sun kind of came out. And so the kids got a dry Halloween, so we were happy about that. Thanks so much, Diane, thanks you guys for helping me and hanging in there, being my techno support group. Appreciate it. So when will I see you again? Well, I'm going to see you again, hopefully tomorrow, if you can join me. I'm going to be at 3 o'clock. And tomorrow I'm going to focus on the fitting florets because that is the focus of our class, our virtual class this month. So join me tomorrow and we'll be doing something with that. Those products. Okay. Thanks again for joining me. Thanks for being so patient, and I hope you get some creative time in, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.